Do not, and I repeat, do not enable the avoidant. So much of the advice out there regarding avoidant attachment is centered on catering to the avoidant, tiptoeing around them to avoid triggering them so they don't run away from the relationship. If you are tiptoeing around the avoidant, if you are sacrificing your wants and needs and not holding boundaries with this person, you're pushing yourself further into anxious attachment. You're pushing yourself further into insecurity because you're subconsciously sending yourself the message that your wants and needs don't matter, and you are enabling this person. If this person is crossing boundaries or they're treating you in a way that you don't like, and this could be distancing behaviors, not responding to your texts for days, stonewalling you, growing cold on you, not giving affection, gaslighting you, and so many other behaviors that severe avoidants are known to engage in. And if you are allowing this behavior to continue and you are not asserting your feelings regarding it, you're not holding any boundaries, you are also sending this person the message that this behavior is acceptable and it's okay to treat you this way. It is very important to hold boundaries with the avoidant. What you will and will not tolerate, what you want, don't want, what you need and don't need. Your boundaries are your sword and shield. They protect you and they also prevent the other person from being enabled. If the avoidant discarded you and you are chasing them, pursuing them, trying to convince them to come back into the relationship, or reaching out to them in general, you are enabling them as well. You are sending them the message that it was okay to discard you, just drop you like a rock, and that you are still an available option for them. Once again, it also sends you a profoundly negative message as well, that it was okay to be discarded and it's okay to be treated like an option. You are not somebody's option. Now, holding boundaries does not need to be confrontational. It doesn't need to be an argument. It doesn't need to be mean. It can be as simple as saying, no, this behavior is not something that works for me. Now, you can communicate in an effective way to the avoidant and still hold your boundaries using non-critical communication. I feel statements rather than you. For example, if you don't like it when the avoidant doesn't respond to you in days, a critical communication would be, you don't respond to me for days and it makes me mad. A non-critical communication would be, it hurts me and it makes me feel unappreciated when I'm not responded to for days. You're sending the same message, but you're doing so in a way that is less likely to trigger them. But it is very important to make sure that your wants and needs are absolutely being asserted. And if this person shows a complete unwillingness to respect your boundaries, to respect your wants or needs, and if they even maybe get annoyed and distanced because you hold boundaries, that is a profound message. What they're saying is they're so wrapped up in themselves, they're so selfish that they're not considering your feelings, and perhaps your feelings even bother them. That is a time to take a step back and ask yourself a question. Is this a person that is healthy to be in a relationship with? Is this a person that is worth investing your time and emotional energy into? Because you would never treat this person that way. You love them unconditionally. You respect their boundaries. You respect their wants and needs. Their wants and needs matter a great deal to you. But if they're refusing to listen to you, if they're refusing to respect your boundaries, they are telling you the message, whether you like it or not, that your feelings are not a consideration to them, that they're not thinking of you, they're only thinking of themselves and whatever it is that they perceive that they want or need in the moment. Can they change? Absolutely. But you cannot force them to change. You can't fix them. They have to want it. And holding boundaries, not only does it not enable them, it helps actually give them the incentive to work on themselves and to gain self-awareness, self-reflect, and to take accountability. Because when you're holding boundaries, they're not getting a free pass on this type of behavior. You're allowing them to experience the natural consequences of their actions. Doesn't mean you're punishing them. It just means that you are standing up for yourself. Your boundaries are your limits. Not all boundaries have to be deal breakers. It doesn't mean you have to walk away from the relationship. It could be, but that's up to you to decide how you enforce your boundaries. Enforcing a boundary can be as simple as saying no. It can be as simple as saying, I'm going to go take some time to cool down. There are so many different ways to enforce a boundary. But if you are not holding boundaries, you are pushing yourself further into anxious attachment, into insecurity, and enabling this person. Don't enable the avoidant. If they are unwilling to work on themselves, why continue to chase and pursue and walk on eggshells around a person that is showing you through their own actions that they are not interested in being a healthy partner for you? Know your worth. Hold your boundaries.